Hey Bills Mafia, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel where we bring you the latest, the loudest, and the most exclusive Buffalo Bills news. An insider take straight from Orchard Park and around the AFC East. Before we dive into today's hot topic, yes, it involves one of our AFC East rivals making some cornerback moves that might impact the entire division. Remember, this team, our team, is in full-on reload mode. The Buffalo Bills are sharpening every edge, adjusting every detail, and building towards something special. The goal, bringing that Lombardi trophy home to Buffalo where it belongs. So if you love this team and believe in the process, do us a favor, smash that like button, drop a quick "Go Bills" in the comments, and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our deep dives. It helps the channel, and honestly, is how we keep the Mafia strong. Let's get into it. All right. Bills fans, you know the rivalry runs deep between us and the Miami Dolphins. And this week, Miami is making noise, and not just in the sunshine. According to a report from the Miami Herald, the Dolphins are on the hunt for cornerback help. And the names on their radar, let's just say it's getting interesting. First name, Asante Samuel Jr. Now, yeah, we're talking about the son of the former Patriots legend, but this kid has been carving out his own name in the NFL. He's recovering from neck surgery, which has cooled off his market a bit, but teams are lining up to check on his health status before training camp. The Dolphins are in that mix, watching him closely for a potential post-July signing. Second name, our very own Rasul Douglas. Yep. The same Rasul Douglas that we traded for in 2023 and who made an instant impact when paired with Christian Benford. Miami met with Douglas, extended an offer, but so far no deal. The Dolphins remain in touch, which tells us they're serious about filling that Jalen Ramsey-sized hole in their secondary. And finally, James Bradberry, the former Eagle, who's looking to bounce back from a torn Achilles, also had dialogue with both the Dolphins and the Bills earlier this offseason. He's 32, trying to return to form, and even flirted with position switch to safety before doubling back to corner. So what does this all mean? Well, if Miami's front office is active on the free agent cornerback market, it tells us two things. First, they know Jalen Ramsey is as good as gone. Most insiders believe he's going to be traded after June 1 to clear cap space. Second, they know their current group, former undrafted free agents like Kader Kohou and fringe pieces like Storm Duck, just won't cut it in a division that includes Josh Allen and an increasingly lethal Bills receiving corps. And let's be real, Miami's defensive backfield could be one of the more vulnerable units in the league if they don't lock something down soon. Now let's swing it back to Buffalo. Rasul Douglas made 23 starts for the Bills after being traded from Green Bay, and his first season here, flat out excellent. But last year, 2024, not so much. He struggled down the stretch, and with the Bills bringing back Tre'Davious White and Dane Jackson, while also drafting Maxwell Hairston in the first round and Dorian Strong later on, the writing's kind of on the wall. Buffalo is clearly going younger, faster, and healthier in the secondary. That means Rasul Douglas will almost certainly be suiting up somewhere else in 2025. And if that somewhere else is Miami, get ready for some heated matchups this fall. Can you imagine Josh Allen testing Rasul in teal and orange? That's a storyline made for prime. Now, let's shift gears for a second because we've got more rumblings, this time in the offensive backfield. As many of you know, the Bills still haven't extended James Cook. And look, Cook has been an absolute spark for this team. Dual threat, slippery in space, and a favorite check down option for Josh Allen. But here's the problem. He wants that bag. And with the way running backs are valued these days, the Bills might not be ready to give it to him. General manager Brandon Beane is keeping a positive tone, saying he doesn't expect a holdout, but at the same time, Cook hasn't committed to anything either. So if 2025 is his last year in Buffalo, then what? Well, Pro Football Network's Brentley Weissman thinks he knows. In his early 2026 NFL mock draft, Weissman has the Bills taking Penn State running back Nicholas Singleton with the 30th overall pick. And Bills fans, let me tell you, this kid is no joke. Singleton is 6 foot, 223 pounds, and runs with violence. He's powerful between the tackles, but has home run speed. Over 3 years with the Nittany Lions, he hit 1,000 yards twice on the ground and racked up 768 receiving yards. Oh yeah, and 40 total touchdowns. That's not a running back, that's a weapon. Weissman says Singleton would fit perfectly in a Josh Allen-led offense. He can block, catch, and carry the load. And the truth is, if the Bills don't want to give Cook a top-tier RB contract, Singleton could be the perfect successor. It's early, but that scenario feels very real, especially if Cook tests the free agent market and gets an offer Buffalo can't or won't match. Let's zoom out. Because all of this activity, the Dolphins chasing corners, the Bills debating the future at running back, it paints a bigger picture. The AFC East is shifting. The Jets added pieces, but the receiving core is still shaky behind Garrett Wilson. The Patriots are rebuilding from the ground up. And the Dolphins, they're trying to stay competitive, but with question marks all over their defense, especially at corner. They're one wrong move away from sliding down the standings. Meanwhile, the Bills are retooling, but doing it the smart way. Investing in youth, building through the draft, avoiding overpriced contracts for declining veterans. The strategy is clear. Stay explosive on offense, get faster on defense, and keep Josh Allen upright and lethal. But hey, this isn't just about numbers and contracts. This is about identity, about who controls this division for the next 5 years. And from what we're seeing, the Bills are still very much in the driver's seat. So here it is, Josh Allen, the reigning MVP, the lifeblood of the Buffalo Bills. The guy who has thrown 40-plus total touchdowns in 5 straight seasons and redefined what it means to be a modern NFL quarterback, is now being projected to have his worst season in 6 years. You heard that right. ESPN analyst Mike Clay just released his 2025 season projections, and for some reason, he's predicting that Josh Allen is going to fall off a cliff. Statistically, let's break it down. Clay projects Allen to throw just 24 passing touchdowns, his lowest total since 2019. Add to that 10 rushing scores, and we're looking at just 34 total touchdowns for the 2025 season. Now, let me remind you, Allen hasn't had fewer than 40 total touchdowns in 5 seasons. Not once. He's also never thrown fewer than 28 touchdown passes in that same span. This is a quarterback who's been on a historic tear. And let's not forget, Allen has scored 12 or more rushing touchdowns in each of the past 2 seasons alone. And it doesn't stop there. Clay's projection also pegs Allen with just over 3,500 passing yards. That would be his lowest since, 2019. So the question is, what exactly is Clay seeing that we're not? Because everything we're watching in Buffalo tells a completely different story. Now let's talk facts. Josh Allen just came off an MVP season. He's entering the 2025 campaign fully healthy. The offensive line is intact and arguably better. And guess what? The weapons around him? Upgraded. You've got Keon Coleman ready to take a leap in year 2 after a strong rookie showing. Dalton Kincaid is quickly becoming one of the top young tight ends in the league. Elijah Moore brings that versatile, shifty energy we've been missing. And let's not forget the veteran leadership that's still holding things down in the locker room. This offense might not have the big-name star power of years past, but it's got balance, speed, and depth. Oh, and let's not forget, Joe Brady is entering his first full year as offensive coordinator. He's got chemistry with Allen. He's not installing a new system from scratch. This is continuity. This is growth. This is a system built for Allen and around Allen. So again, what exactly are we missing here? Because from our seats in Orchard Park, Josh Allen is not showing any signs of slowing down. Let's be honest. Numbers are great. We all love analytics, but they don't always tell the whole story. Here's what Mike Clay's projections don't account for. Josh Allen's competitive fire. This man doesn't just want to win. He needs to win. Every week, every game, every drive, game flow. If Buffalo's defense improves, which it's expected to thanks to a youth injection from the draft, Allen will have more chances to be aggressive and take shots. Division dominance. Allen is 30 for 12 in his career against the AFC East, including playoffs. He owns this division. That matters. Allen's track record of making everyone around him better. From Stephon Diggs to Gabe Davis to Isaiah McKenzie and now Keon Coleman and Elijah Moore. When you play with Allen, you get better. Period. To put it simply, there's no evidence to support the idea that 2025 will be Allen's statistical drop-off. Now here's where things get even spicier. While ESPN might be down on Allen's individual numbers, NFL.com's Judy Batista sees the bigger picture. She just named the Buffalo Bills as the least vulnerable division champion entering the 2025 season, and I quote, "The Bills won the division last year by 5 games, the largest margin in the league. Most of all, the Bills have the league's reigning MVP, and they just spent the draft drilling down on defense." Let that sink in for a second. 5 straight AFC East titles, a division lead that wasn't even close, a quarterback at the height of his powers, and a team that just got younger, faster, and tougher on the defensive side of the ball. The Patriots are rebuilding. The Jets are in full transition under Aaron Glenn. And the Dolphins? Still waiting for Tua to prove he can stay healthy and consistent for an entire season. Meanwhile, Buffalo is standing tall. You've got stability at quarterback, a defense with renewed depth, and a coaching staff that knows how to win. This is the most complete roster in the AFC East. And when you combine that with Josh Allen's leadership, you've got a team that's ready to not only win the division again, but make a real run to the Super Bowl. All right, Bills Mafia, now it's your turn to sound off. What do you think about Miami sniffing around Rasul Douglas? Would it bother you to see him in a Dolphins uniform after what he gave us in 2023? And what about the James Cook situation? Do you think the Bills should extend him now? Or are you okay with a potential Nicholas Singleton takeover in 2026? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We read every single one, and we want to know what the Mafia is thinking. This is your team as much as it is ours. And before you go, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you never miss an update. We've got more draft profiles, training camp coverage, and AFC East breakdowns coming your way. Thanks for rocking with us. As always, go Bills!